What's up, folks? It's the Sportsbook Killa. We got UFC 300. I'm going to predict this full fight card. We're starting with the light heavyweights. Alex Pereira going up against Jamal Hill. Alex Pereira is a phenomenal kickboxing black belt. He has KO power. He's a versatile striker, very strong leg kicks. He has a left hand that is nuclear. If it lands, it will put you to sleep. So I'm concerned about his punching power. Jamal Hill, on the other hand, is a jiu-jitsu blue belt. He has KO power. He fights out of a southpaw stance. He has very strong kicks and superb takedown defense. He has a strong chin, and like I say, he has very strong kicks. He has super KO power as well. They call him Sweet Dreams, and that's for a reason. If he touches, he can put you to sleep as well. So on this fight, I'm going to be taking Jamal Hill. It's going to be an upset. He's at plus 130, meaning you get 1.3 to 1 odds on your money. So I'm going to take Jamal Hill because he is a dog. This guy fights. He'll fight to the bitter end. So I'm riding with him on this one, y'all. And I'm also going to take the under 4.5 round prop. Yes, so Jamal Hill's the pick and under 4.5 rounds. Next pick, we got the strawweight women's division. Zhang Weili going up against Yang Zhang. Zhang Weili is a phenomenal striker. She has a phenomenal ground game, super strong chin, and very good takedowns. She's a jiu-jitsu purple belt. Young is her ground game is rather weak. She is a versatile striker and a very hard puncher, but I don't see anything else. So I'm going to be riding with Zhang Weili. The last time I checked, Zhang Weili was like minus 400. So you got to give up 4 to 1 odds to take Weili. But I will be taking Weili to win over Yang Zhang. Next fight, we got the lightweight men's, and this is going to be a fight. We got Justin Gaethje going up against Max Holloway. And I'll tell you right now, this is going to be a fight. It's very interesting. It's creating a lot of buzz. So I'm just going to come right out with it. I'm going with Justin Gaethje. A lot of people think I'm crazy in the comments. They keep saying Max Holloway all the way. But I think Max Holloway, he's moving up from featherweight to fight Justin Gaethje at lightweight. And Justin Gaethje has the strongest leg kicks in the game. This guy is one of the stronger punchers as well. So, and he has a strong chin and great cardio. So I'm going with Gaethje over Holloway. I think Justin Gaethje is going to kick Holloway's little skinny legs into oblivion. And I can see this fight going over 1.5 rounds. I can definitely see that. And if you feel like taking a chance, you can take the over 2.5 round prop. But I definitely see over 1.5 rounds. It wouldn't surprise me if this fight went the distance. Next fight, we got the lightweights. Charles Oliveira going up against Arman Tsarukyan. Now, this is going to be a fight, a serious fight. I'm dying to see what the grappling exchanges will look like in this fight. I can't wait for it. Charles Oliveira is a third-degree jiu-jitsu black belt. He's a pressure fighter, very versatile striker, hard striker, has a phenomenal ground game with great submissions, no question. Arman Tsarukyan has KO power as well. He's a versatile striker with great wrestling and a great ground game. So that's what makes this fight so interesting. I'm going to be going with Arman Tsarukyan on this one. I think he'll have the edge because usually the heavier wrestler normally beats the jiu-jitsu guy, even though Oliveira has good wrestling as well. But Tsarukyan, the region he comes from, they wrestle on a different level. They're grappling. He's not a relentless grappler, but when he uses their wrestling, he is a very strong fighter. So I'm going to take Tsarukyan to win, and I'm going to take the DraftKings prop that the fight will start the 2nd round, and I'm going to also take the prop that the fight starts the 3rd round. Next fight, we got the middleweights. Bo Nickal going up against Cody Brundage. I don't even have to do anything and give you guys any instruction. You already know Bo Nickal was probably going to pull Cody Brundage out of the cage. But to bet on Bo Nickal, you got to go 13 to 1. Well, he is at minus 1350 now. So you got to give up 13.5 to 1 odds to take Bo Nickal. I'm going to take a chance on the under 2.5 round prop and maybe the under 1.5 round prop if I feel confident, if I start feeling good when I go up to the machine to make my bets. But I definitely will be taking the under 2.5 round prop. And if you can somehow, if I were betting this fight, DraftKings has something called the spread. I don't know what it is yet because normally they prop bets don't come out till like Thursday. But you can bet the spread, meaning Bo Nickal will win. You know, you be betting that Bo Nickal wins in a dominant form. So if you get a stoppage, you win. And hopefully that'll bring down this minus 1350 some if you take the spread, meaning Bo Nickal's going to win by more than 3.5 points. And if he gets a stoppage, you win outright. So I'm going to be looking into that to see if I could get that prop. And I'll be doing an under 2.5 round prop. Next fight, we got light heavyweights. Yuri Prochazka going up against Alexander Rakic. This is a tough fight, man. Very tough to pick because both of these are two huge guys. And I like Yuri. I like his striking, but he has a kind of weak ground game. He has really good cardio. He can strike from so many different angles. He's a phenomenal striker, no question. Alexander Rakic, his striking is rather basic, just your regular jab, 1-2. But his ground game is good. You know, when he take guys down, he really holds them down. So I like that. He trains at American Top Team, so I'm going to be going with Alexander Rakic. I'm not going to put a lot of money on this fight, just a little something. But I'm going to go with Rakic over Prochazka in a very close decision fight. I can see this fight going the distance, so I will be taking the over props, the over 1.5 and over 2.5 round props. The next fight we have are the featherweights. Calvin Kattar going up against Aljamain Sterling. Kattar he's an expert boxer. The guy is good. His boxing is crisp. It's sharp. He knows how to throw the jab, knows how to throw quick combinations. He's good. Aljamain Sterling is a phenomenal wrestler. Really good wrestler. And if he gets your back, it's usually you're not getting out of that. So, and they're both pretty, the money's about dead even on this fight. So I'm going to take Aljamain Sterling because I tend to lean towards the guy with the wrestling edge when I see two guys kind of even, not meaning they're even in striking because Calvin Kattar is going to be the better striker. But I think worrying about Aljamain Sterling and his takedowns is going to kind of level out the striking. So I'm going to take Aljamain Sterling. I'm going to take I guess I'm basically betting that Aljamain will be able to get a takedown or two in this fight. And if he does, it should be a unanimous decision for him if he can get a takedown in every round. And I will be taking, I can see this fight going the distance. So I'm going to take the over 1.5 and over 2.5 round props on this one. Next fight. We got the bantamweight women's division. Holly Holm going up against Kayla Harrison. Oh, man, I've been a Holly Holm fan for the longest. But in this one, I got to go with Kayla Harrison. Kayla Harrison is a 2-time Olympic gold medalist in judo. She's a 6th-degree judo black belt. However, I have seen her kind of fatigue in fights. Her stand-up isn't that good. I'm not too crazy about her boxing, but her grappling is next level. Holly Holm, her kickboxing is phenomenal, but grappling against Kayla Harrison, she's going to come out short on that one. So I'm going to take Kayla Harrison, and I'm going to take the over 1.5 round prop on this one. And I might sprinkle a little some on the over 2.5 round prop because I don't think Kayla doesn't normally go for a ton of submissions, but she can control people on the ground for a little while. And I think with the judo throws and the grappling, I think she'll be able to steal at least 2 rounds out of this fight and win. But Kayla Harrison comes in at minus 500, meaning you got to give up 5-1 odds to bet on her. I'm not too crazy about that because, like I said, her striking isn't that great. But I will take Kayla Harrison, and I will take the over 1.5 and over 2.5 round props for that one. Next fight, we got the featherweight. Sodiq Yusuff going up against Diego Lopez. Now, this is going to be a very interesting fight. I was back and forth on it. If you want to stay away from this one, I fully understand because I'm tempted to stay away from this one. This fight was very hard to pick, but I'm going to go out on a limb and take the upset and say that Sodiq Yusuff, with his superior boxing and strong jab and pressure, and his takedown defense is what made me lean his way because Diego Lopez is phenomenal on the ground. But against Sodiq Yusuff has very good takedown defense, and he's a very hard puncher with a strong chin. So I'm going to bet on Sodiq Yusuff's boxing and take the upset over Diego Lopez. And I'm going to bet the prop that the fight starts the second round. Next fight, we got the lightweights. Jalen Turner is going to be going up against Renato Moicano. I don't like this fight because I really like both of these guys. I like both of them. Jalen Turner and Renato Moicano are phenomenal fighters. But in this particular one, I can't see. Renato Moicano is a jiu-jitsu black belt. He has very strong leg kicks, and he has a phenomenal ground game. But Jalen Turner, he is very hard to take down. He was in there with Matthias Gamrot, and Matthias Gamrot is a master wrestler. And it was so hard for Gamrot to hold this guy down. I mean, he stands at 6'3", he's super tall, lanky, and he punches really hard. I got to ride with Jalen Turner on this one. I have to. I think this fight will be a stand-up fight, and I think Jalen Turner will have the advantage with his height and reach advantage, and his punching power should be able to keep Renato Moicano off of him. So I'm hoping Jalen Turner's striking can get him 2 rounds out of the 3, and I'm going to take the prop that the fight starts the second round. Next fight, we got the women's strawweight division. We got Jessica Andrade going up against Marina Rodriguez. I'll be honest, I don't really want to. I probably won't even pick. I'm just betting that the fight goes the distance. Jessica Andrade, I like the way she fights. She's a jiu-jitsu black belt, but I'm not so sure she'll be able to get the takedowns against Marina. So Marina's stand-up striking is boring, but she's going to be very tall. She's 5'6". Jessica Andrade is going to be roughly around 5'1". So Marina may be able to out-jab and out-throw a few combinations here and there to outpoint Andrade. That's why I don't want to take Andrade. But the bet I'll be making on this fight, I won't be picking a fighter, but the bet I will be making is that the fight goes over 1.5 rounds and over 2.5 rounds. So I could see this fight going the distance. Yeah, I can't pick somebody on this one, y'all, because I don't like the way Marina Rodriguez fights. And I like the way Jessica Andrade fights, but I'm not so sure she'll be able to put forth her best performance against somebody that's going to be this tall in the striking department. So I'll just be betting that the fight goes over 1.5 and over 2.5 rounds. Good luck with your selection on that one. Next fight, we got the lightweights. Bobby Green going up against Jim Miller. Now, this is going to be like a serious fight here. Man, oh, man, I can't wait to see this one myself. Both of these guys can box. Both of these guys have punching power. Both of these guys have great cardio. But I'm going to go with Bobby King Green on this one. I'm going to take my chances on Bobby Green and think that he'll just outbox and outpoint Jim Miller. Jim Miller is a jiu-jitsu black belt, but I don't think he'll be able to take Bobby Green down. Bobby Green moves so well, and Bobby Green has really good wrestling and really good takedown defense. So I'll take Bobby Green over Jim Miller, and I could see this fight going the distance as well. I can see this fight going over 1.5 rounds, and if you feel confident in it, you bet over 2.5 rounds. But I can't see this fight going a long ways. Next fight, we got the bantamweight men's division. We got Davison Figueiredo going up against Cody Garbrandt. I don't think Cody Garbrandt's wrestling will be able to hold down a Davison Figueiredo. He has very good ground game. He has very good ground moves. I'm not too crazy about Figueiredo's takedowns, and I'm not too crazy about his boxing, but he is a very hard puncher, and he has a very strong chin. Cody Garbrandt, on the other hand, has been put to sleep quite a few times in the octagon, which makes me say I got to go with Davison Figueiredo. Have to. I like Figueiredo in this fight. You got to give up over 3.5-1 odds to bet on him, but I think he may even stop Cody Garbrandt if he lands a punch. The only way I wouldn't go with Figueiredo would be if I didn't think he would land a punch the entire fight. But I got a strong feeling he's going to land a power punch, and Cody Garbrandt will more than likely go to sleep. So those are my selections, y'all. I'm doing 2-pick parlays most of the way. I'm going to do a few 3-pick parlays, and that'll be that. But those are my picks for UFC 300. Go out and make some money, folks. Good luck.